puppy love.
Our journey continued as we headed south on the Klondike Highway, one of the most epic roads we've ever traveled. With this view, it's no wonder how Emerald Lake got its name. Only 1 square mile in size, the Carcross Desert isn't technically a desert since it gets too much rain. This unusual landscape was a highlight for Kaylee, who has always loved any adventure involving sand. This beats playing at the beach, at the ocean, any day of the week, because the sand doesn't stick to your clothes and your feet and doesn't get in your RV. The town of Carcross was originally settled by the Klondike and Tagish people. It increased in size due to the Klondike Gold Rush in the late 1800s. Most visitors to the town now come from Skagway on the White Pass and Yukon Railroad. The historic general store is known for having some of the best ice cream in the Yukon. Is it good? The Tagish was a luxury tourist boat in the early 1900s. It was nearly destroyed by a fire in 1990, but its remains have been preserved. The boat brought us to
Alaska.
That's right, we're in Alaska. In 2018, when Kaylee was only 3 years old, we took a cruise to Alaska. Visiting Tagish Lake Kennel was a blast, and we just had to experience it again.
It's so much fun!
It's so much fun! It's like mudbogging Yukon style.
I think this girl is excited. Are you feeling? Oh my word. Oh my goodness. You want some attention too, don't you? Oh, you guys are just beautiful. Yes, you are. You need some love.
I'm getting puppy love!
is my not a dog person husband.
They're pretty cute, you gotta
So
say.
cute. Get him up to your face.
Yeah.
This is fun.
It's pretty fun.
It's a hard job, but somebody's got to do it.
I'm just holding it with my chin.
Michelle Phillips, one of the owners of the kennel, is a veteran sled dog musher who has raced in the Iditarod and the Yukon Quest.
So this here is the long distance dog sled built for a 1,000-mile race.
Okay.
This here is my sled bag. This is where all the gear goes. And then I can store more gear back here.
Wow.
So when I'm traveling, I stand back here, sitting here to steer the sled. You pull on the handlebar and lean. It's kind of like skiing.
Yeah.
Do you see how flexible the sled is? Now, I also have a seat, so I can sit down if I want, if there's a wind or something, if I want to get out of the wind, take a break on my legs, and I have my cooler here. And I can put whatever I want to eat in my cooler.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Well, I'm guessing your
So if you
cooler
don't
is
need a
actually for
cooler-
keeping things from freezing.
exactly. Yeah. A team is 14 dogs in both races. The dogs burn 10 to 12,000 calories a day, so most of the weight that we carry is just dog food.
She shared how the mushers and the dogs are kept warm during the race. The dogs are also carefully monitored at checkpoints along the way to ensure their safety.
So now do you have physicians monitoring the racer's health?
The racer's health? No, not really.
No,
Just
they don't
the
care about you. They just care more about the dogs than the people.
Yeah.
How many times have you run the Iditarod?
I've run the Iditarod 12 times and the Yukon Quest 9 times.
Oh my.
And I recently won the Yukon Quest.
Oh wow,
Did you get a
congratulations.
trophy?
I did, yeah.
wow. Very cool.
Yeah.
I want to go.
Oh,
Are you
what-
ready to go, Kaylee?
No.
You don't want to leave.
We have blue skies. We have a gorgeous lake and snow-covered mountains. This is what we came for. I love it. I love it.
Right behind me you can see the railroad track for the White Pass and Yukon Railroad that runs from Skagway up to Carcross. So if you come up from a cruise or something and you take the railroad, this is what you get to come see.
You want me to talk, but I'm speechless. This place has been phenomenal. Like Will said, I can't believe this is a state park, a national park, something. It's just, it's tremendous. It's otherworldly. So glad we came.
This place is insane. We've never been anywhere like this. I mean, it's so rough and jagged and lakes everywhere and snow and these little stunted trees. We're right here at the edge of the tree line, the subalpine zone they call a moonscape, because it's just at that edge where the trees climb up to the alpine zone where there are none. It's just incredible. I can't believe that we're here. We finally made it to Alaska!
We're super cold.
It is amazing.
We're finally here,
1900 miles.
The coastal town of Skagway, which translates to windy place, is a frequent port for cruises to Alaska. When the cruise ships are docked, the population of this little town skyrockets.
Check out this train-sized snowblower. It's pretty amazing. They would put one of these on the front of the train to be able to chop up the snow and be able to push it out of the way. Pretty cool.
The Klondike Gold Rush Visitor Center was a great place to learn about the history of the area and for Kaylee to earn her Junior Ranger badge. Near the town of Skagway is the Chilkoot Trail. When gold was discovered in the Yukon in 1898, thousands of prospectors took a boat to Skagway and ferried over to the town of Dyea. They then hiked up the Chilkoot Trail to Lake Bennett. From there, they could boat up the Yukon River to the gold fields. For the safety of the stampeders, the Canadian police required each person to have a ton of goods before they could cross the border. The trail was 33 miles long and climbed over half a mile in elevation. Carrying between 50 and 75 pounds each trip, prospectors had to climb the trail a total of 30 to 40 times.
My favorite part of any trail in the Pacific Northwest is the moss. I just love the colors, the texture. It's just a carpet on the ground. It's so fun.
At the peak of the gold rush, Dyea had a population of 18,000. Once the gold rush ended, it withered away to nothing and has been almost entirely reclaimed by the forest.
We're not very close to the ocean, but here are the remains of a seaboat, a small one, that was marooned here. This was the high tide line back in the 1890s. And amazingly, due to an effect called glacial rebound, all of this was 7 feet lower than it is now. So over the last 130 or so years, the land has risen more than 7 feet due to the movement of glaciers in the area. It's pretty awesome.
So behind me is what remains of one of the warehouses that was built in 1898 to help hold all of the supplies that were needed for the prospectors that were coming here for the gold rush. And we learned from this that the Klondike tribe were actually the ones that originally owned the Chilkoot Trail, and they were used as packers to help the prospectors carry all their supplies over the pass. And in the Klondike language, Dyea actually means to pack. So that's pretty cool to know that. Because it was just a mass of humanity that would come off the boats and just clamber for all the supplies that they would need.
Hi. So I'm a little wobbly. I'm not good at taking video still. It's bear country, so yeah. Mommy might not keep this video. Oh, look. That was cool. It doesn't really look like a building. It's not, but it's still really good. Bye.
There were hordes of people in Skagway, which we anticipated with 4 cruise ships in port today. But we braved the crowds and we found what we were looking for. A brand new stuffy. So Kaylee has been obsessed with stuffed animals for years, and her thing is every time we go on a trip, she loves to get something brand new that is a memory of the trip, or an animal she saw on the trip, or something that is native to that area. So she's found an Arctic seal. She's named it
Icy.
am I getting on that plane in this wind?
New adventures are waiting just around the corner. Join us down the road as we explore more of Alaska's wilderness. And until next time, enjoy your journey.